And now, for your listening pleasure,
It is Mental Health Moments Day, and if you've been listening for a while now, I've been focusing on traumas. Because we have all had one or more significant traumas in our lives, along with smaller ones too. Hi, I'm Carolyn Sanic, life coach, author, and high-value woman, and this is my podcast, Thrive. And I'm so happy you're here with me today, because that shows me that you'd like to thrive too. You know, responses to trauma fall into the 5 F words. Not that one either. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and flop. According to those who treat it, but there are other trauma responses, and they vary from person to person. We already know trauma is an overwhelming, life-altering event resulting in pervasive physical, psychological, or emotional distress. Both extreme and less extreme forms of trauma can instigate a physiological reaction that triggers certain hormones in the body. Most traumatic incidents can affect our survival systems that give us a sense of control, connection, and meaning. This is why trauma profoundly can impact our quality of life for years after the initial event. You're talking to the trauma poster child here sometimes, I think, I'm listening to. I want to address the 5 Fs today. Fight is what we do when we feel the need to fight an apparent threat. Flight signals us to flee from the danger or the threat. Instead of staying, this response causes us to literally or metaphorically run. The freeze response leaves us paralyzed by fear and unable to move. The fawn response involves complying after you tried fight, flight. I can be talking like crazy today. Fight, flight, or freeze several times without success. This response matches people who experience abuse from a narcissistic or romantic partner. Those who fawn are people pleasers. The flop response is where people become entirely physically or mentally unresponsive and may even faint. Fainting in response to being paralyzed by fear is caused when someone is so overwhelmed they physically collapse. I'll go deeper into all of this next week, and I'll share with you right now that the most significant trauma I had in life caused me to flee. I ran for years. I'm Carolyn Sanic, life coach, author, high-value woman. This is my podcast, Thrive. Thank you all so much for listening, and that is a wrap.